We all know that Spider-Man and just Marvel in general have the opportunity for so many damn Easter eggs with how much content there is out there and even just how many crossovers there are in the Marvel universe. And so today we're going to be going through 10 Easter eggs in Spider-Man 2 that you guys probably missed. Now the first one is actually a Black Panther Easter egg, and this is that the Wakandan embassy is actually a location within the city that you can visit. Now this was also in the previous two Insomniac Spider-Man games. However, this time around, if you walk up to the front door as Miles, it will actually prompt you to press triangle, at which point you can do the Wakanda Forever gesture in tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who we all know tragically passed away. So this one is pretty cool in itself, but it is even better that it is also a tribute to the late great Chadwick Boseman. Now next up we have the Sanctum Sanctorum. This is obviously where Doctor Strange resides in the MCU. Just like the last one, this is available to be visited in Spider-Man 2, which is very awesome to see. Now it is even a small part of one of the main story missions, which I won't spoil for you guys if you haven't gotten that far yet, but regardless, it is yet another awesome crossover from a different Marvel project. Now next up we have one of my favorites, and this is the Stan Lee commemorative statue that can be found in the Upper West Side district, not too far away from Central Park. Now Stan Lee is obviously the mastermind behind pretty much all Marvel content that we know of today, so it's only right that they put him in the game like this, similar to how he used to show up in every single MCU movie before he passed. There is also a plaque on the statue, and it reads, "Dedicated with love to the man who nourished the hearts, minds, and souls of true believers everywhere, Excelsior," which I thought was an awesome touch as well. The statue alone was awesome, but that is also an awesome touch on top of that. Now, before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the video and you want to see more Spider-Man 2 content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We are well on the way to 1K subscribers, and it would mean the world if you guys can help me get there, so make sure to drop a sub. Now, moving on, this one is a little bit smaller, but it is awesome nonetheless. And this is that when you are crawling up the Avengers Tower, and to be fair, this may be the case for plenty of other buildings throughout the city as well. I've just only noticed it on the Avengers Tower. But when you are crawling up across a lot of the windows, you can actually see a little Spider-Man plush toy sitting on the desk of some of these offices. I thought this was a pretty cool touch. It is fun to be able to just see through these windows in the first place, honestly. It makes the city definitely feel a lot more alive, but it's even cooler that they did fill them with some awesome Easter eggs in there as well. And if you guys have noticed anything else in these windows, be sure to let us know down in the comment section. Now next up we have a new Baxter building. This is at the southwestern tip of Central Park, and here you can find the Baxter building, which, as you guys can see by the logo on the top, this is the base of the Fantastic Four characters in the comics. While they unfortunately don't show up physically in the game, it is still awesome to see a nod to the Fantastic Four characters in Insomniac's Spider-Man 2. Now next up we have one that is definitely a little bit more niche, and this is the Damage Control Company. Now, as you guys saw in the opening sequence of the game, Sandman has left a city load of sand around New York, with a large portion of the map still covered in sand throughout the majority of the game. Now, if you head around those areas, you can actually find these big yellow Damage Control banners. This is actually a nod to the comics, where Damage Control was a company who specialized in cleaning up and repairing the damage that was dealt from all of these superhero and villain battles that would occur in those comics. We all know just how much damage most of those fights cause, but it's honestly hilarious to me that they had to set up a whole ass company just to clean up after the heroes. And this is another awesome throwback to the comics that even a lot of diehard fans may have missed in their playtime. Now next up we have one of my personal favorites in this video, and this is the Shirtless SpiderMan. Now if any of you guys follow the lads at Kinda Funny Games, which to be honest you definitely should be doing, they make some great content over there. They've had a few skits in the past where they essentially ended up creating the Shirtless Spider-Man meme. Now funnily enough, this has ended up in other forms of Spider-Man media too, showing up in a Spider-Verse book and even more, but now they have made their way into Spider-Man 2, as you can see here, and I'm not going to lie, it is absolutely hilarious coming across these guys when you are exploring the city. Moving on, we have a few different ones that are all located at Coney Island. Now I won't go into spoiler territory here, so don't worry, but during the main story there is one mission where you are at the amusement park at Coney Island, and it turns out a heap of the names of the different minigames that you play in that mission are actually nods to famous Spider-Man villains. The Big Wheel is a reference to a villain from the comics who actually shared the same name. There's then the Hydro Pump game, which refers to Hydro Man, as well as Dazzler's Stage, which is a reference to the Dazzler from the X-Men series. series. There is definitely a chance that I missed some as well, so be sure to let us know in the comments if you guys saw any of the other minigames that are references to other villains from Spider-Man when you were playing that Coney Island mission. Now, next up, we actually have the fallout from Miles Morales in terms of the previous game. Now, if you played Miles Morales, you will remember the epic battle at the end of the game. And if you head to the same building, which is called the Roxxon Tower, and this can be found at the northern tip of Lower Manhattan, you can actually see the remaining scars from that battle, as the building is still not repaired. This is awesome to see, as this game does actually take place only a year after the ending of that game, so it does definitely make sense that the building isn't repaired yet, and I thought that was a great touch from Insomniac. Now, the last one is just a cool little touch, and it is actually somewhat similar to the last one. This is the awesome Spider-Man mural that you could see Haley working on at the very beginning of Miles Morales, and this can be found in Harlem, not too far from Miles' apartment. You could also see this one being completed right as the credits rolled in that game, so it's definitely an awesome touch that they've kept it in here. They are all over the continuity in these Spider-Man games, and I absolutely love to see it. But anyway, those are 10 Easter eggs that you guys may have missed during your playtime of Spider-Man 2. I'm 100% certain there are plenty more out there, so be sure to leave some down in the comments. Let me know which ones I've missed as well, and there is every chance I come back with a part 2 for this video and give some of you guys a shout out. Like I mentioned, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We're going to be doing a setup tour at 1K subscribers, and we are getting very, very close, so make sure you don't miss out. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.